Board appointments in your mail. There was a joint appointment, a city and county, no, this is actually a county appointment.
Ethics.
Brad Metcalf to the Ethics Board. He wishes to continue to serve. I think he's
I'll make that motion.
He come in
foolish.
He come in with like a bear, but I think he's learned a lot.
Yeah, he's had to declaw
I have a motion by Sam Hutchins to approve the appointment, second by Jeff Lear. All approved, say aye.
Aye.
Disapprove? Motion will carry. Surplus equipment, there's, I emailed you guys, there's a Sheriff First has, over the years, county received grants to buy new handguns a couple years ago. We've got 31 revolvers, pistols. We want to declare those surplus and advertise those. And when we advertise those, we're only going to accept bids from a licensed firearm dealer.
Why?
As a sheriff.
Why?
Because we can guarantee that the person that the guns are going to transfers them safely and gets them out of our name correctly, whereas they can do the paperwork to get that done. And there's not many people out there that can buy a 31 handgun. And then you want to make sure that you get rid of them to the right people.
Do a background check on them.
Yeah.
Background's more important than anything. Go do 31 background check on people.
Well, people bought them, I just think the people all had a right to buy them, instead of one person.
Well, they will. They go back to the dealer and buy them.
To me, if they had a concealed carry permit, the background check's already been done, you know. Just a thought.
We're just trying to have a safe, smooth transition.
Look,
You want to do all of them at once instead of individually.
I'm up for it. If you all want to sell them a different way, you sell them just as long as I get the money back so I can buy some rifles for these guys.
I thought it was a good idea,
You wanna
because
sell
it's a
them.
one transaction for the county. We don't have to make 31 transactions, 31 background checks.
That's fine.
Very, very common. I forget how it is.
Either that or you have by law, you can donate those to another department. I don't think the sheriff's up for that
What
though.
about fiscal court? We might need 31.
We might need 6.
I'm gonna say, my daughter, keep 6 of them and stop.
By statute, you could donate those to another department.
What the rule?
Another governmental entity. But that being said, entertain a motion to declare those 31 surplus and advertise accordingly to them.
I'll make it.
Thank you, Jeff. Second by Jerry Hahn. Any further discussion? All approved, say aye. Disapprove, that hurt you, didn't it?
A question.
Motion carries, Elaine.
Go ahead.
That was Jeff that made the motion?
Jeff,
What
Second
are
by
they?
Jerry.
All 9 mils?
There's 2 Generation 2, which I don't even know what the difference. They're a little more valuable. The rest of them are all 40 caliber, model 35.
you've got,
And believe it or not, I've got the letters ready to go out, waiting on your all approval, but just in Nelson County and the surrounding counties, I'm sending a letter to every single licensed firearm dealer. It's well over 100 dealers just in Nelson and the surrounding.
you're gonna get a good, competitive bid on it probably.
I wanted to get top dollar for them because we have rifles that belong to the federal government. I want to get away from those ties, turn those guns back in and have rifles that belong to Nelson County and everybody have the same equipment. Is what I want to do.
Sounds good. Also on surplus equipment, you guys, I think we've already approved this list of other surplus properties, but since then there was several other units that have come up. We approved the air handler and the jail cruiser, but there's motors.
Correct.
3 motors. Did I give you guys a copy of that?
Yeah, we had that last week, but not.
Motors?
No, you didn't have these motors. Pass that around.
We did not.
3 motors.
And then there's a manure spreader at the,
Right, tire cutter.
a tire cutter.
We did the manure spreader last week. or
Okay,
last time.
okay. There's a tire cutter. Remember the old, Bernie, you remember the tire cutter chopper? None of these other guys were around when we were chopping tires. You were probably at the jail working then.
Guys, those 3 engines came out of old equipment, which we took it out, tried to piece some of it out, and it's, that Cat 3304 is as long as I've been around.
Really?
It's off.
Been sitting down there that long?
It's all, that's a good engine now.
It's a lot
on out there.
Very good sales.
I would like to declare those motors and the tire chopper as surplus property.
And I will put minimums on those.
What's the tire chopper run by?
Was it run by, we mean, just a little gas engine?
A gas engine?
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was
A
a
little
diesel engine
coal
or
or,
gas engine.
probably it's gas.
Okay, Jerry, Magistrate Hahn has made a motion to declare those surplus and advertise accordingly. Is there a second to that motion?
Still,
Second by Sam Hutchins. Discussion, Keith?
we still haven't set a date?
Yes,
We have March 29th.
March the 29th?
Yep, be in the paper this Friday. The larger items, the grader, the dozer, and the dump truck will be sealed bids. The one I'm hearing bids probably will be too. Everything else is auction that day, and it'll all be in the paper.
Did you put them on your thing that you sold it up?
We will.
Yeah.
We haven't yet, we will. Once it goes in the paper. then
Once it
I'll
goes in the
advertise
paper,
it.
we probably.
We have to legally
three
advertise
months.
it.
Are we gonna actually hire an auctioneer this time, or are we gonna use that same old guy we've been doing?
We've actually got an
Like some
employee
guy
down
done all right.
there. We've actually got an employee down there, got an apprentice.
Okay?
Well,
Well, Master's out here.
I don't think he's licensed, but he sounds pretty good.
But it will be in the paper this Friday as far as the date, the time, and what we're auctioning off.
This Friday?
Yes.
Okay, all approve of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Disapprove, motion carries. Some days it's hard to keep on task. Okay, tax moratorium request, Joe, we'll delay that to the next court meeting, that didn't get to us in time. There will be one forthcoming. Jail budget, as required, actually a little bit ahead of schedule, by April 1st. County judge, treasurer is required to present to the court a proposed jail budget. Just for review, then we'll review it with the remainder of our budget as time goes forward. Here, probably low-key budget. Oh, Gary? You're all quiet over there, Gary. You got a copy, didn't you? If I'd like for you guys to look at it in the next couple of weeks and make comment to me, please, and get back to us. Okay, jail report, Dorcas?
Okay, today we have a total of 163 inmates. We have 1 in Hardin County. We have 5 serving home incarceration. We have 44 state inmates. We have 5 that's serving on weekends. So we got an in-house total of 153. Of course, district court today, but we're not gonna get rid of that many of them. I called all around us, even all the way to Fulton County, looking for bids. Impossible. Nobody has bids.
Everybody's full.
They are full. And we also have our first inspection Friday for this year.
This year, okay.
Yes.
Send them to a movie. Send them to a movie during inspection.
That would be nice, but you know, when I talked to the inspector the other day, I said, I can tell you right now, we're overcrowded. And he said, well, just join the group.
Yeah.
He said, we'll write you up for it, but you reply, you know, the places
We got a
that you
procedure
track.
that we use.
Exactly.
Okay, thanks, Dorcas.
That's all I have to report.
EMS report, Joe?
A monthly call report for February, 477 calls made. 70 of those were non-transport. For our fiscal year, we're at 4,588 calls.
Okay. Recreation report, I'll put you on the agenda today, soccer time, yes.
Yeah, soccer starting up. Had some games last weekend, just painting soccer fields. The road corner brought all that dirt out there for the new soccer field, but they're starting again during the spring. About it.
Are you keeping everything run through leagues?
Leagues are going fine.
On good?
Baseball numbers are way down this year from last year. They're about 100 short of what they had last year.
Wonder why?
Well, some of it's a lot of teams are just going straight to travel baseball, where they can travel, They're not playing league anymore. A lot of kids are
Of
doing
course, our
that.
goal and mission is first and foremost is recreation, so everybody participates, everybody gets to go to bat.
Yep.
Thank you. Landfill solid waste report, John?
Won't y'all pick up our last week, it's been pretty busy. Here's our report for the first week. It's been a real busy year
Would
so
you,
far, and Brad's
educate-
got been doing a good job with that.
Educated guess between the two of you, are you on schedule?
No. I'll answer that one loud and proud.
Okay, no way.
Rain's got you.
Rain got us 2 days, and it is heavy this year. Pretty weather leading up to it, and it shows in that first week comparison to previous years, what,
Oh, yeah.
it's up.
Hmm.
And that's okay, that's what we're here for.
Anybody take advantage of the free drop off at the landfill?
There's quite a few. It's a lot.
I've been over twice.
Yep. So basically, we're above average of the past 4 years for cubic yards at 781. The average has been 117 tons. We're at 148 tons. The average is 116. And tires, we're down a little bit with tires, but I'm sure that'll catch up at the end of it.
If I had to guess, we're probably 2 to 3 days behind right now. Day and a half got knocked out due to that storm that came through. We had stopped and just go deal with trees.
Trees.
An entire barn
Trees.
blown over in the road. We wasted a day.
How long will it be before you get the hires down there? Had a guy ask me this morning. 2
Weeks.
Tires time
March 13th, they're going that way.
Here's what you always tell everybody. If they ask, whatever that card says we're gonna be in their
Have it
area,
out that morning.
better have it out that month.
Okay.
That is the best answer to get.
That's what I tell people call me. I said, look, I don't know if they're gonna start at Cardinal Hill, or I don't know if they're gonna start at Ironton.
Right.
So you better have your stuff out March the 13th.
Bring it to
just
the
in case
landfill
they
itself.
start either
Yeah.
one.
I'll bring it in. Yeah. Thank you.
Very good.
Anything else, John?
Thank you.
That's it.
Okay, road department report?
That's true. I mean, like I said, we're into that. We had those 2 days of cleaning up the weather and whatnot. It'd be interesting to see what happens this weekend with the weather that's coming. We'll have to watch and see.
Saturday, my little thing said a little snowflake on it. There's nothing much to do.
Better read. It's talking, could be significant snow Saturday and Sunday. So we'll have to wait and see. If that happens, we'll shut down Friday. We'll have to break everything down, get ready.
Lose
If
another
it
day.
doesn't snow, we'll lose 2 days. 2 days.
Friday and Monday, go back
Friday
in.
and Monday. Is what we got
That's
what's
right.
happening.
That's right.
Yeah.
If you don't get out my way until March the 15th, so be it, or March the 20th,
We'll
whatever.
hurry up every chance we get.
Anything else, Brad?
Nothing that can be discussed.
Okay, under old and new business, as I mentioned earlier, our fiscal court meeting, instead of 21st, will be the 28th. Media, I will send out that notice. In your mail, I believe I presented you guys with a proposed E911 budget. This is a draft, so please mark it up, let us know if you're concerned as we move forward. We will give you a little more update as time goes on, but per our agreement, interlocal agreement with the city of Bardstown, this is supposed to be in your hands March 1st. So this is our first meeting, March, so that's why you're getting it. Question?
Got one.
Go ahead.
What's the contract services?
Variety of things are, fiber for the internet, that's one of the contract services, services to the various equipment in the center, which covers a lot of the equipment and stuff.
Is that just a guesstimate off of what's happened the last couple, 3 years? You just got a guesstimate?
Well, let me just say, because Milton and Rhonda and I said, every one of these numbers has a little history. You know, they're not just,
Yeah.
it's some past history. And we're basing that history on a couple of years' worth of experience there. And so it is, there's some logical, they're not just arbitrary numbers overall. I think I'm fair in saying that, Rhonda.
The telephone is quite expensive, huh?
It's actually down some.
Is it really? Well, I think
We
we
cut out
cut
some lines.
because we got 6 or
Some
7 lines.
dedicated lines.
How many
right.
lines are coming in?
We have 3 administrative lines and 4 911 trunk lines.
Trunk lines are expensive, right, Joe? Remember?
The trunk line,
Trunk lines.
dedicated lines, and then we have the agreement with Metro Safe on part of our circuit.
And just so you know, that particular line item last year was about $70,000. We were estimated at 50 this year.
Why would you do that?
Because on where we are today,
Oh, yeah.
right, Brian?
How do they do that? Do they bill you by the number of calls, or?
Well, I don't want to butt in on Milk, but there was some initial, in years past, there was some initial setup fees that are taken care of now away, so now you're paying your money.
And we took out a couple lines that were necessary.
More than a couple, I think,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
About 3.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think Milton, your staff does a good job. We'll continue to monitor the court. We get an update as we move forward. I think the timeline is that the council's got it already, Lou? And then by April 1st, the court should either approve or disapprove the proposed budget going forward. So our next court meeting on the 28th. Hope to have it on the agenda. If you have any questions or comments.
I got one more.
Okay.
Support from Nelson County. Is that us in the city of Barstow?
The city of Barstow got 129.6, see?
Okay. And this is us up here?
That's based on a 60/40.
Is-
As per the
is-
interlocal
is-
agreement.
Is the Nelson County Fiscal Court?
Uh-huh. The 911 fees, 445,000, that's probably about 5 or 10,000 under budget on revenue, but we want to be safe.
Well, I guess you'll get a little more than that when they come in and have it.
We've actually got more than that right now.
Yeah,
but
but
we
you'll
want
have
to
to
be safe.
sell too, won't you? Some will come in off that one, when you sell the taxes.
Yeah, he's probably figured that, hasn't he?
No,
No.
those are, we don't nail this right down to the penny because we want to be safe. I mean, we're already at 450, 455. You understand, you don't
Yeah,
want to spend
right.
everything, but it may come in a
The
little
people
less.
late, paying late.
These are real numbers. These are numbers I would, similar process that I would use in our budget, being conservative on revenue and look at actual
Well, it's
costs.
actually down a little bit from what the budget was last year.
Yes,
What is it, about
Yeah.
970 last year or something?
exactly.
It's interesting, I gave Rhonda a little archive just for past history. 2008, the budget that was approved, the mayor's budget in 2008 was 970 now. 979,000.
Yeah,
2008. So
2008.
I think we're staying right in line.
And within the budget on payroll, just so you'll know, I'm hoping that the board we're allowing even at that 400,000 and 45 and part-time and all those salaries, there's enough room in there for a decent raise this year for the dispatchers. And I hope the board will take that up at their next couple of meetings. Okay? Okay, we'll move on.
Thanks, Bill.
There is a resolution in your mailbox regarding, this came in yesterday, so I want to go ahead and get this started. Regarding the parochial transportation this year, I need court to approve this resolution so that I can make the application for reimbursement. Last year, we received about 38,000, 35,000 above what we had budgeted, because there was a little more money put into it and there were less people that participated. And I like to be the first or second in line.
I'll make a motion.
Thank you. Motion second by Jeff. Any further discussion? All approved, say aye.
Aye.
Disapprove? Motion carries. I think you've got a copy of that. You can get a copy of the resolution. Okay, I'm gonna sign this one, Elaine, and get a copy for you, okay? Okay, under old new business, that's all I have to report today. You guys have anything?
Got a question?
Okay.
How's the new tire doing in New Haven as far as the law enforcement? Look, you throwing it over on Little birdie told me it's not working too good.
Little Birdie got told that it's not hooked up yet for long.
When is it gonna get
You got too many little birdies.
There is a few technical issues. The frequency that we want to use, which is called Law 2, is currently being in use by the city police department. They're putting in their own frequency, their own repeater, and they will be freeing up that frequency. And that frequency will become New Haven or the South End repeater.
Do you think it's gonna work over there when it gets there?
Well, it's in their back door. If it don't, nothing will.
Okay. And when do you think it might happen?
Probably within a month or so. All the equipment for the city police is in. They're in programming their radios.
Well, you know how people are when they see something up, they expect. it to
I
work
received
like
a
that.
call from
Little
Birdie, and I explained the situation to him.
Okay.
Who owns it, Law 2 frequency, dispatch board?
Dispatch board. Law 1 and Law 2. And the city will have their own now.
Okay, any other questions or?
All I have.
Anybody in the audience today have anything on report or ask question? That, no, none out there, entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Bernard Ice, second by Jerry Hahn. All approved, say aye.
Uh,
Disapprove? Motion will carry. Thank you all.